This is a map of Yugoslavia. I was born around the time about that this stuff was going on, the stuff that I'm about to talk about. So I actually didn't even really know anything about this. I've been out of the culture, I guess you could say, but I had no idea about any of this stuff. As because I mean, literally, I was born when this was happening. But this is a map of Yugoslavia. I never knew what Yugoslavia was. Never really realized why it doesn't exist anymore. But it's made up of a few countries here. It's kind of crucial to understand what's going on due to an investigation, which is super interesting. I came across this really cool guy who made a video and caught me off guard. I wanted to talk about it. Um, so it looks like 8 countries. Macedonia down here, Kosovo, Serbia, Montenegro, Bosnia. What is this? Vojvodina, Croatia, and Slovenia. So this was a whole country. I did some research because I don't know what the heck the Bosnian War is. I don't know about any of this, but this information was so sickening to me. Just wanted to talk about it. So they're going to be talking about uh, people paying to kill people, kind of like what's that show, The Purge or something? Like the rich people go and they pay to hunt other people. So the Bosnian War was during the time I was born, and it was ethnic. It was a ethnically rooted conflict that arose because essentially this was a whole ass country right here. This was a country, and a whole bunch of people, I guess a whole bunch of the little nation states, just decided to declare their independence. People didn't want to be a part of Yugoslavia. You had people like Croatia and Bosnia um, just declaring their independence. This caused severe conflict in that area, particularly in an area which was the Bosnian area. And little, this is everywhere. It's on the New York Post.
A jaw-dropping claim that rich foreigners paid to shoot humans in Sarajevo in the 1990s, when the city was in the middle of a violent and chaotic military blockade, has sparked an investigation by Italian prosecutors. The stunning allegations come from an Italian writer who alleged he had uncovered evidence that wealthy gun enthusiasts, dubbed sniper tourists, would pay Bosnian Serb forces for the chance to gun down residents at random during the 4-year siege of the city, The Guardian.
So when I first watched this video, maybe about an hour ago, or I should say Keegan's video, this gentleman was talking about this, and the first thing that came to my mind is like, how is this even possible? Because if they're in a war zone or an active conflict zone, why would a rich person pay money to go shoot people if like you're in a conflict zone? Like you can get shot back at, right? Like you're not guaranteed that you're just gonna go there, have fun, and you're gonna be the one shooting, and bullets are not gonna be flying towards you. But after you figure out, you do some research. It's practical. It happened because essentially the long and short of it is these guys right here declared their independence, and this city right there, Sarajevo, they uh, got the brunt. They got a very bad brunt of it because the Yugoslavian government, along with other nation states, wanted to keep Yugoslavia together. And these guys were hell bent on declaring their independence, which essentially led to when these guys said, hey, we want independence, everyone else who wanted to keep Yugoslavia together kind of said, bet, well, if you want independence, we'll give you independence, and you're an enemy now. And it pretty much made a very um, lopsided force continuum here, where the the larger force was targeting Bosnia, and the Bosnians were essentially just getting dealt. There was nothing they could do. It was so overwhelming that the military essentially was able to just get away with whatever they wanted to do. I believe in one instance, the first attack was a mortar strike on the city, on a marketplace in Sarajevo, where it was just a fruit stand, and a single mortar strike took out like 60 people. And then they just decided to keep shelling, and it's disgusting, really. So the people who were paying for this had some sense of security, knowing that they weren't going to be getting shot back at because the force was so overwhelming there.
Reported, rich foreigners allegedly paid upwards of $90,000 to shoot people during human safari trips to Sarajevo in the 1990s, with an extra fee to kill children. There were Germans, French, English, people from all Western countries who paid large sums of money to be taken there to shoot civilians, said Ezio Gavazzani, the investigator.
This guy. So this is what kind of makes it credible. This guy's I think a journalist or an investigative something, and that's what Kagan here talks about. Bro, they paid more money to shoot kids.
Now, the person who basically reignited and reinvigorated this pursuit of this buried scandal is a guy by the name of Ezio Gavazzini, who's a Milan-based investigative journalist and novelist known for his deep dives into terrorism and organized crime. In the mid-1990s, Gavazzini first encountered whispers of, quote, sniper tourists in Italian outlets, which reported unverified rumors of Western thrill seekers that were joining the fray in order to find or to pay for risky, exciting things to them, even though this is like quite literally disgusting. But the thing that really got this Italian investigative journalist to jump in on this thing all the way was this 2022 Slovenian documentary named Sarajevo's Safari by a guy by the name of...
So right there, he came across this information, it seemed to be accurate, and now I believe the Italian government or some sort of commission or agency is investigating this, like super high level stuff.
Miran Zupanik, who directed it. Now, the film kind of like melded anonymous testimonies with a lot of archival footage of the Battle of Sarajevo and exposed how wealthy foreigners, far from ideological warriors, came in and paid money to these Serbs just to commit these horrible war crimes, treating the siege like a twisted vacation, paying Serb soldiers for guided manhunts. Now, Gavazzini put together a 17-page dossier for this thing, and he got some breakthrough key information from a Bosnian military intelligence officer who went by a pseudonym that I won't list, but the guy claimed to have interrogated a captured Serb in 1993, revealing there were Italian vacationers there that were paying for this stuff. The officer...
Bro, imagine you are just like living in a country and then your state declares its independence and you're just trying to go to work, man. You're just trying to feed your family, you're just trying to find a job, and on your way to work, to your desk job, or you're a butcher or maybe a tailor, you're just getting gunned down in the street by militant forces. This is something that we're super privileged in first world countries on. We just cannot, I couldn't imagine it. I'm here just chilling at home, or my wife, she drives to work, and I just couldn't imagine. You just driving to work and then you just get shot at, or, there could be a mine. Be careful, honey. Watch out for the mines. Be careful, honey. Watch out when you walk around HEB because there's people camping. There's people spawn camping HEB. I mean, this is insane. This is insane.
Writer. There were no political or religious motivations. They were rich people who went there for fun and personal satisfaction. We are talking about people who love guns, who perhaps go to shooting ranges or on safari in Africa, he said. Gavazzani claims he first read reports of the alleged tourist-led shootings in Italian media outlets in the 90s, but started digging deeper after watching a 2022 documentary about a former Serb soldier who claimed foreigners would shoot at residents from the hills in Sarajevo. He claims a key source was a former Bosnian intelligence officer. His shocking allegations have now led to a newly launched probe being led by prosecutors in Milan. The investigation is seeking to identify any Italians involved in the so-called sniper tourism. Gavazzani said he had already uncovered the identities of some of the Italians allegedly involved in the massacre, and they are expected to be questioned by prosecutors in the coming weeks. The Bosnian consulate in Milan said the Bosnian government would offer total collaboration amid the probe. We are impatient to discover the truth about such a cruel matter. In order to close a chapter of history, I am in possession of certain information I will be sharing with the investigators, a spokesperson said. More than 10.
Yeah, of course, right? The Bosnians, or I guess like the Bosnian government, they want to know. Well, there's the people that live in Bosnia. Those are their people, and obviously they probably have family ties and people who've been there for generations. Their own people got got like this. So, you know, just when you think you have faith in humanity, it's crazy, man. I hope they catch every single one of these people if they're still alive. Every single one of these rich a-holes. I hope they catch them, and I hope they suffer. Hope they get what's coming to them. That's gonna be all.